All right, peace be upon you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Time check now is about just 1 minute, about a minute after 8 p.m. And hi, guys. Um, I won't be able to talk uh, too fast, too fast. But my wife and myself and my little princess, we are recovering pretty well. Thank you so much for all your prayers and wishes. Um, I think there'll be a couple of uh, mm, topics that we will try and cover today. Please uh, uh, forgive me and excuse me if you do hear of any other sounds because my wife is chatting on uh, the other side of the area with family members trying to check on us and sometimes women they try to talk the stereo and mono different so even though the sound can be mono, the stereo can hear from one stadium to another stadium. So some women out there, you may know me or you may know yourself. Uh, we men can also sometimes talk very loud, but we try not to like this lah. Okay. So anyway, very good evening to all of you once again, and uh, a beautiful. Wait, what day is today? Wednesday? Yeah. Okay. Still trying to realign my thoughts, my brain, and we're still having some coughing issues, uh, dryness of the throat. Um, thank goodness I have um, very less chest pains and tightness. And excuse me, Rosia, Giaziz. Uh, so uh, my daughter is like almost the city count is like 24 now, which means her condition is very stable. Myself, my wife, um, based on last 2 days, our oxygen level was quite low. But now we are almost 95%. When we did the oxy oxygemeter, is it, or oxygen meter, something like that. Gee, pass me the oxygen thing. So um, please like and share the video. Let me try and do this now. See, all right. So let's see what's my reading in a short while. And then, okay, first and foremost, let me just share with you on what is it like about COVID-19. Well, COVID-19 is surprisingly to me and to us, it's just another cold. Okay, um, where when you have a cold, you have shivering body situation. You have up, fever. The temperature, your temperature goes up, down, and so on. And oh wow, I'm so much better now. 97 and 76. Well done. Thank you to the staff at this recovery facility. because they are doing an absolutely great job of keeping us happy, and I'm so thankful that I was brought to this um, recovery facility, because they do have a medical facility down here. So when I first was admitted, no, not admitted lah, was welcome to the staycation. See, I told my wife, you should thank me for, or thank God, or thank Allah, because uh, we are shipped to a staycation, 3 meals a day. Where to get for 10 days? Right. So um, mm, when you look at things very positively in life, everything happens for a reason. So on the very first day when we reached here yesterday evening, they put me on an ECG. So they did checking on my lungs and my chest and all. But for almost a good 10 minutes, they cannot see any readings. So I was like, hmm, something not right. They also like, they say, Abang, so sorry, Abang, we also don't know what happened. They keep checking, they change this and that, and then they took out whatever wire, blah, blah, change. Also cannot read until finally they saw the reading, and then they told me that there wasn't any uh, like uh, serious blockages or anything. And they say that probably the cause of my chest pains because of excessive coughing, you know. So the coughing could have led to the inflammation of the heart. You see lah, I speak louder, she go and speak louder. I speak louder, she speak louder. Eh, aduh, aduh. Ah, sabar, 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 sabar cita. Okay, so uh, orang ada gelang emas, dia nak beli gelang emas. Orang cakap kuat, dia nak cakap kuat. Sabar, sabar. Okay, so uh, this is our experience of COVID-19. We will be sharing more, perhaps for the in the next 10 days. But the good news is, once we have gone through this, we will probably be immune with COVID-19, right? So we will not be required to go for our third jab or our third dose for the next, I believe, like close to 270 days, which is not bad for like almost 9 months, or 9 or 10 months, something like that lah. So not sure. I got to do my maths properly. So let's just enjoy the ride and enjoy the journey. So that's about COVID-19, right? Um, the only advice that I can say right now is, please take care of your health, because a lot of people ask me, how did it happen? Where did you get it? I can only tell them one thing: how the hell I know, right? Because now it's like everywhere, anywhere, you know. Even though we try to be very careful, we try not to go out too often, avoid all the um, places whereby there are a lot of crowd. But if you get it, you get it. So, and then I mean, I have other children staying with me, but only the three of us got it, and we wanted to be out from the house, so that the other three or the other four of my children don't get it, because two of them are frontliners in healthcare. And well, I think on Sunday we 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 were featured in the local Malay papers, um, about the story about of our family, and based on uh, how me as a father deal best with issues of current youth, and having kids from different ages of like 25 right up to 4 years old. So, and then suddenly Monday we became positive, and um, one of the key factor that I did mention in the write up was faith. Because if you or if we continue to have faith, we will not be afraid, or we will not be fearful of facing whatever challenges that come our way. So let's talk about fear. And foremost, the understanding of fear. Fear is something of the unknown. It's something that you probably have not experienced. Like right now, we were fearful of COVID before this, but now after going through the experience of COVID, then we realize that hey, uh, it is really just another cold. But the other um, good example for us to share is that the same thing happened to us back in early January 2020. All right, where we felt the same kind of sickness, excruciating headaches, backaches, lethargic, um, um, cough, dry cough, and then up and down fever, sometimes high fever, cold fever, shivering. And back then we knew that COVID was already out there in the world. But in January 2020, we still believe that it will not come to Singapore, right? So, well, we persevered, and we came out of it. But back then we didn't have ART and things like that. And my family and I, we rarely go to visit doctors or clinics if we really believe that we can overcome. Because in any sickness, it is your immune system, right? It is your immune system that will help to fight those viruses. So if we do understand that when you have or when you keep fit and then you exercise, you eat the right food, you take food that will enhance your immune system, your immune system will eventually fight whatever viruses that it is in your body, and then keep you healthy, right? So your immune system cannot be too high, because then you will fall into the category of autoimmune, and then you will have other health issues, right? Gout and skin diseases, and then it cannot be too low, because when it's too low, then you will have all the chronic diseases, like cancer, and so on and so forth. So it has to be a stable immune system within your body, and then there's so many immune system that takes care of the other organs, like the heart, your kidney, your lungs. So if any of that immune system fails, or like I mentioned, whether it's autoimmune or low immune, then you will have issue. The other thing that me and my family are on is, besides the doctor's medication, we have always um, consumed one great product, which is the transfer factor, which is actually the immune system uh, food that we have always believed for many years. And probably um, that is something that's helping or assisting our recovery mode. All right. So thank you guys once again on behalf of my wife, myself, my little princess, for all your prayers and wishes as we recover um, uh, for the next 9 days. And then we receive a lot of gifts from our families. Um, and also our close friends, and my wife just say, keep it coming, tak malu. Ya Allah, sabar, sabar. Okay, so and also for the people out there, whether you love it or you hate it. Okay, so I know I probably get shot down or whatever, uh, but it's okay lah. You all cannot reach me. COVID already hit me. Okay, so now let's talk about uh, cryptocurrency. This one is another fear. A lot of people fear. Why they fear? Because they don't know. Why they don't know? Because they probably don't want to know, or probably they think that they know, and then they think that they like know everything. But let me be very very honest. I thought that I knew. I thought that it was something that is impossible to achieve. It was just a scam. Foolish me, not knowing the real issues, and then I uh, received an opportunity like 2 months ago to join a company called A3Vest Private Limited, and then I went onto a learning journey. All right, learning journey whereby I slowly understood what cryptocurrency is all about. It is practically a digital currency. Uh, and what is digital currency? Is practically a digital asset, you know. So, as compared to what we have at the current market, which is the fiat currency, as compared to the other currencies that's available in the market. So, and then obviously once you know something you need to apply, knowing, learning, but not applying whatever you learn will not make a difference. Therefore, when I apply whatever I've learned, and hey, it worked. So I brought some people along and I introduced it to some of my friends and my families. Obviously, let's not kid each other. Let's not lie to one another. Not everyone will trust you. Not even your family members. Not even your close friends. Not anyone. All right. So, however, so it is all right. Sakit pula tekak ni. However, so it's okay. All right, because cryptocurrency is really not meant for everybody. There are situation whereby we must understand it takes a while for people to accept something new. Although cryptocurrency is not new, it has been around since 2009, but it's still relatively new because we need to understand about the world. All right, the probably few phases of the world where it used to be back in the early days of the world, mankind were like just trying to hit on one another and trying to divide and conquer, and then comes a time where people talking about technology being so advanced here and there, and then everybody is trying to make sure that, hey, I have the better technology, if he can do better, I can do the best. So it goes on from there. And then we talk about a different kind of technology. We talk about from industry perspective, into a digital perspective. And right now we are in a digital age, whereby if you ask me whether one day a postman's job, a postman's job will be taken over by a machine, or will be taken over by something else, or if you have asked anybody else that, can you believe one day we will be talking to one another via Zoom, via this technology, maybe say 20 years ago or say 50 years ago, nobody will probably believe you. I mean, uh, Nikola Tesla, or great inventors of the world, envision things that will happen probably 100 years down the road, but nobody believe, right? So nobody believe until it happens, and until it's just a matter of time whether do you want to embrace it or you just want to ignore. All right. So if you are going to ignore, you will become a dinosaur living in this world. All right. Which means that it will just pass you by. All right. So maybe what we can do is we can now share or invite someone to share her experience. Okay. And let's get our lady here, Jumi Harun, up with me. Hi, Jumi. Jumi.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. Okay. Hi. Right. So, Jumi Harun, introduce yourself, please.
Okay. um, I'm okay. My name is Jumi Harun, so called being called Jumi Harun in social media or whoever that knows me.
You
Not as
mean you, not
not
your
as
real name?
popular as you lah, kan?
Hey, you actress in Kin, right? Channel 5 actress, right? You.
That one is somebody else lah. Okay.
Okay. I mean, we are not here to compare who's more popular, lah. You know,
Yeah
at the end of
lah,
the
of
day.
course lah. Each one of us have our own journey, our own timeline.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah, but each one of us also have our own set of children. But yours, I think, is more, lah.
You got 5, I got 6.
Yeah, lah, more what?
Oh, okay lah.
I'm not wrong,
Okay
right?
lah. Okay lah, I win. I menang.
Okay, but are you Man U or the other team?
That's the thing. I'm not into fans, but I'm obliged each time my partner into this soccer team, I join sekali lah.
So your partner is which team?
Entah Liverpool ke Man U ke, tak tahu lah, whatever lah. Mana dia pilih, I will ask lah. Siapa punya ni? Okay lah, join the kaki lah.
Okay, alright, Ali, don't be shy. Join the party. Okay. So Jumi, you are obviously new on our platform, right? How new is new?
I can say, okay, when Sharin, at first I knew about this Bitcoin cryptocurrency thing since 2016, and I was not say a little bit skeptical. I was very skeptical, and what is this thing? And then when I approach people that I know yang into this Bitcoin thing, and then I ask them questions, and I don't get a very kata orang tu macam solid satisfied answer tu, macam ni betul ke tak betul ni kan. So that's where then I do my own research and ask my children, because one of my son is also into investing, and he will like, Ma, this kind of thing, you need to really know your forte, jangan suka-suka, and then after that you get yourself into a lot of things one after another. Okay, so I just when I did my own research, I kind of like dah okay lah. So in the end I forget about it, I lupakan. Then when one day I came across your posting tu, I was like macam, okay, what is this thing? Kepo-kepo, masuk, then click the link. Suddenly, it took me quite a while. I think almost a month for me to join.
So now I know you makcik kepo lah.
Hello, makcik kepo for better, bukan membawang. This is for my...
I mean, okay, fine, but you, the digital makcik kepo, not the quarters.
No, not quarters. The curiosity that doesn't kill the cat, but actually give me...
So you are the other cat, the mak yo-yo one.
No. I was just the audience.
Okay, so
when I actually just signed up like last week, and I came in for the class on Saturday. One thing that I'm quite happy is that when I joined this A3Vest thing, it's not only like telling us, hey, you give us a lump sum of money and then you throw your money there and that's it, nothing. Yeah, no. So that's why I decided to come and join, sit for the class and learn the knowledge. To me, knowledge is powerful. You need to know what you're doing. Bukan buat just blindly sahaja. So that is where even after considering and asking my partner, should I go ahead? Since I am the brain in the family,
Oh,
so
then your partner is the.
he's the strength.
Oh.
So kita combine lah.
Okay. So the brain and the strength. Okay. All right.
So dia
Good job.
dia
Good job.
lagi powerful. Dia lagi powerful. Kalau tanpa dia, I mean of course even though I do that thinking, but I still have to kata orang tu approach and ask his opinion lah, whether this is the right thing to do or not. We have to work that way lah. If not, it won't work together.
Yep. Agreed. Totally agreed. Yes. Okay. So, what was your expectation when you first joined? But before that, let me tell you, we don't have this often, but this is what they serve us here at the recovery facility. You can see, no?
Alkaline water. Oh.
Fuyo, I tell you. The meals here is like, my goodness. And then we drink alkaline water. Alamak, I tell you, only those days only my car can drink the alkaline water.
Hello, I drink alkaline water every day.
Wow. You solid lah, huh? Alkaline water.
Yalah, just buy the machine and then you get alkaline water from the machine, what?
Oh, yeah lah. No. Yeah, forget about the machine, man. Yeah. True. Yeah, but I don't have the machine and I hardly drink alkaline water. So when I came here and we serve this like every day, anyway, this is only our first day. Officially, later on, about 10 plus, it will be like 24 hours here already.
Trust me, after these 10 days, you will fix a alkaline machine in your house for your own good, for your family's good. It's very good.
I totally agree, and after these 10 days, when of course during these 10 days, every day I do nothing, I just talk to people, I probably Zoom or Facebook Live and then trade and then make a little bit more money and buy the machine.
Yeah.
So okay, what was your expectation before you came into class?
I thought, when I sign up for the class, of course, every classes you need to pay for the fees, right? So I was like, come to the class and then straight away you get to learn. They will teach me how to do to buy this Bitcoin thing, totally blank, totally zero knowledge. So I cakap, oh, okay, this class is like you really teach us not only on that particular day, but you can come back another day. Kalau you tak faham, you don't understand, I mean, I totally don't understand, and I first time I learned about what candle reading or those kind of code word. It's totally new for me. I thought it was like macam, so easy to make money. It's not easy. You need to study. You need to really learn, and baru you go into trading lah. Kata orang tu, baru betul you ada confident, you boleh buat, walaupun we were told that start small daripada kecil from then from there gradually we are confident enough to throw that amount of money, then boom, of course lah, if you expect to invest $10-20 and then earn millions, tu merepek kan.
I mean you can, but you probably will have to wait much longer. All right,
I do not know I will live that long.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct, because we really don't know what will happen, with so many things changing, and then the secret to achieving faster success nowadays, even in whatever business that we are doing or whatever things that we are doing in life, is speed. This is what I have realized for the last couple of years. When you act on it slowly or slower than others, then your idea probably will not be unique anymore. And then even though if it's there's so many same things that's happening, let's say there are a different ride hailing services, there's Grab, there's Uber, there's Comfort, there's so many ride hailing, right? So why Grab is deemed as the most successful one, and why people
Mm.
are using Grab more as compared to all the other ride-hailing facilities and services. So these are questions that we need to ask ourselves, right? And then
Yes.
if you are definitely looking at growing your wealth, obviously the very important answer is where to learn how to
Yep.
grow your
Correct.
wealth, right?
Mm.
um I think now that after you first understand that you paid the $198 for the foundation course, you
Mm.
also understood that that foundation course is meant for unlimited foundation classes, which
Yep.
you can come physically, or you can also come via Zoom like this.
Mm-mm.
But for the first class, we always insist that it's very important for you to attend physically, because I think you know by now, right?
Yeah.
If
Correct.
you had attended via Zoom, you will become even more confused,
Correct. Correct. It's true.
because it's even more complicated, especially when
Mm.
talking about opening of exchanges, the verification of processes. And then if you're not careful, and then you put in money, then money might not be there. You will likely be gone and things like that.
Mm-mm.
And that's where people got scammed, because they didn't set up proper exchanges. They didn't quite understand why, right? The big why things happen when they wanted to go and experience crypto trading, right? So
Yep.
from last Saturday, how many other follow-up class that you went?
I was supposed to came by yesterday, but I did not. So inshallah tomorrow I'm coming.
All right.
Uh, so because tapi when you guys were like updating the uh macam we it's not only like you join this place and then you are being left alone and do it all yourself. It's like everybody is there to help each other,
Mm,
giving each other motivation. I was like, alamak, belum boleh trade lah, tak boleh lah, that kind of thing. I had to get my account verified first. But okay,
all
tak apa,
right.
sabar, Jimmy, sabar, that kind of
if
thing.
if if I can ask you, the two things that very important before we even start to trade, what was the two things that you can remember from the foundation class? Never
Don't
trade.
trade, never trade with emotional. Ah,
One more.
and one more thing is don't trade blindly lah. Is
No, not
it?
just that. Never trade with money you don't have.
Yes, correct.
All right. So
Trade
just
with money,
remember,
your own
never
money,
trade with never trade with money you don't have, and never trade with emotions, which means
Yes.
first thing, you must first realize that you need to have this X amount of dollars that you are willing to trade. All
Yeah,
right.
correct.
Why? It's not that you're going to lose the money, but it's how fast you need to use the money.
Yes, it's true.
Okay. So let's say when you put into a trade, and then suddenly when you buy, and then when you set your selling, and then it's not there for sale yet, and then you expect it, right? Hey, I want it fast, I need to use that money. Then don't trade.
Yeah.
Don't trade. So never use money that you don't have, or you cannot afford to, or utilize for trade. That's one. Second thing is, never trade with emotion, because at times people get worried. Again, back to the fear factor of the unknown. And then when market drop, like right now, what's happening in the current situation of the market right now, a lot of people are asking why the market is going down and things like that, because they have not totally understood the fundamentals of cryptocurrency trading, and the global market as a whole, right? So that's why it's very important to go for our foundation course before you start your very first trade. And then even though you want to start to trade straight away, we will tell you cannot, right? We will tell you cannot. Why? Because we are very concerned of your money, and we put your interest first rather than our interest. Of course, obviously for us, the more people sign up for our course, it will be better for us because then we see a bigger community that we have. Already we have about 300 over from March of 2021 till now, and still growing. And thank you for all your kind support to A3Vest Private Limited. And obviously for you, what are your aspirations of wanting to go into crypto?
Sorry, what are my aspiration?
Aspirations.
Okay. Firstly, when people think about trading, especially in Bitcoin, people would think, oh, dia ni nak jadi billionaire agaknya. So,
Why not?
yeah, I mean, okay, when people say like that, okay, I say, I mean, whatever. But to me, it's about, we are like you said, we are into the digital world. I don't want to be left behind like a dinosaur. I want to be part of the next generation, inshallah. So, if you can't beat them, you join them, and maybe it's for your better future. You never know what it will turn out for you. Me, if I can make it big, alhamdulillah, I could. My niat is kerana Allah Ta'ala, because I want to help society. So if I don't make it, then it's a different matter lah. Maybe it's not meant to be. But like I said, knowledge tu kalau kita belajar, if we don't apply, like what you said, apply to it, you won't know where it will bring you lah. So to me, joining this is not about just trading. It's just about getting to learn new knowledge and being the best that I could be lah, inshallah.
Okay, that's great. That's great because if you look at A3Vest, our 3A's stands for acquiring, aptitude, and altitude. But I think the most important A that is not in that 3A's is attitude, right? Having the right attitude in life will determine where we will be, or whether reaching our destination, or enjoying our journey, because the right attitude, the positive attitude at all times. We are always learning, we are always in the journey of something new.
Yeah.
Even for probably you and me, we're about the same age, right?
Yeah.
We can say we are in the sandwich generation of people who were born before the 70s
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people who are born after the 90s. The 80s are still quite okay. They are like us. The 70s and 80s, they are quite close. But the people who are after 90s are probably a little bit different. So we have seen the best of both worlds, and then we have somehow or another survive the time whereby knowing the fact that like going back to the postman again, they were the one who were sending us our meals back then. Dulu zaman-zaman pen pal, right?
Yeah.
Pen pal say, tulis surat, and then the postman will hantar, and now WhatsApp, now Telegram, so the postman is actually in your phone. Can you just imagine that? So yes, we have to learn. I also picked up technology, learning from my children. I'm still yet to pick up TikTok. We'll learn from my kids very, very soon.
Soon.
Yeah, I'll probably
Soon.
be on TikTok, and then I can even learn from Chef Bob. He's quite one of the masters of TikTok, right? So now that he's together with us, just started his learning journey into crypto also, and enjoying himself every day, smiling and laughing, and showing off his trade histories. I think I'm just absolutely happy for him and for a lot of you, and even for you. I'm very sure that you will go through the same experience, because you are in good hands, for sure, guaranteed, for sure you are in good hands. What's your thought on one of our trainer yang si nama dia Ju?
She's even though she just joined in like October, right?
First week
She's
lah. She started
yeah,
first, right?
she's very good. She's like, hey, if you didn't tell me that she's just started, I was like, maybe dia dah lama sih bertahun, but she's very good. Ju, you're very good. I rasa macam if I want to put you at my side and please guide me. I want to ride the horse with you along.
Oh, okay, right. So exactly, at the end of the day, it's really up to you. You know, you can be that fast. You probably can be faster than you. You probably can be just as fast as you, or even slightly slower than you. At the end of the day, it is all about you. You know, the amount of effort that you put in, you know, wanting to know how to trade cryptocurrency and then getting started, and then that's it. The more you trade, the more you learn, the more you understand, and then the more you know not to make what kind of mistakes while trading cryptocurrency. All right.
Mm.
So, congratulations, Jumi, for making that leap of faith to come on board straight away, without hesitant. Probably it took you quite a little while before you decided, before getting in contact with me, and then but then once you got contact with me, straight away you say, okay, you want to learn. Good job, So we definitely at A3Vest will support you all the way until you make your first trade, and then we promise that your first trade history will be shared on the Facebook and on A3Vest platform, so that people will understand that that's Jumi Harun's first trade in cryptocurrency.
Uh,
What say you? What was our promise to you? What kind of percentage we're talking about?
really, I have no idea, but if I were to earn 50% out from my first investment, I think I would be like, wow.
Okay, dream big, but dream on. There is no way you can earn 50%. Okay, that one don't say cryptocurrency unless you put into another currency. They call it along
That's why
currency.
lah. That's why
Along
obviously I
currency.
do not know what is the
Uh,
percentage. Kalau
so
kalau kalau consistently passive income to come in like every day, like you mentioned, you guys shown, and then like you mentioned, or the kind of those videos that I see, like
okay, what we
passive
promise,
income.
to all our students or participants, that we will always call them as a investor, is 20% a month. All right. So that being said, so it's about 5% a week. However, in instances like our magnificent Jew, ta-da, you know, with her magnificent darling. Anyway, darling also come back already. Now kena quarantine. But darling Bang and magnificent Jew, they combine. Every day they trade. So every trade they probably make between a percentage of 5% to 10%. And then in one day they trade like 3 to 5 times sometimes. That's where they are able to achieve the 20 to even 50% a day. However, so not everyone will be able to achieve that, because we have to realize that not everybody's IQ level, not everybody's fear or taking the risk level is the same.
Yeah.
Some are low risk takers, some are middle risk takers, some are high risk takers. So, what is yours?
Middle. I
Middle.
want to be. I play safe.
Okay,
I play safe. For
play
now. For
safe.
now.
All right. So for now, you say you play safe. Then we will actually advise you each time for your trade, aim for 3 to 5%. Okay, aim for 3 to 5%, which we will teach you how. I'm very sure tomorrow when you go for the class, right, you will very likely make your first trade, right? Make your first trade tomorrow. Push yourself, be confident, learn from Madam
Magnificent Jew.
Ju, yeah, Magnificent Ju, or short form MJ, not Michael Jackson, but MJ, Magnificent Ju, and then trade on the spot. Then we'll see. Sometimes, if you're lucky, within a couple of minutes, within a couple of hours, you would have done and sold off your first trade. Or if not, it could be 1-2 days. Still, it will create a spark of your confidence.
Yeah.
That I can assure you. All right. So, any other probably advice or words that you would like to share with your friends or anybody that know you, whether on Facebook or any other platform? Anyway, just share about some experience acting on that show in Channel 5.
What you want to know? I'm just a supporting role down there. You just need to, whatever
Okay,
character you're given.
I know you're a supporting role, but what role you play there? For people who don't know
I'm
lah, for people who don't know.
I'm in Tangling. Okay, in Keynes, I'm Madam Latifa Hamza, one of the rich Tai, who is now from a very good friend of Celia, then now become a very bitchy lady,
Okay,
alongside with Jessica, trying to
okay.
bring down the rest of the Shelley's family.
Mm-hmm. And then before that,
So before Kings, I was in Tangling as
okay.
Madam Fatima, also a very rich lady, Tai,
Mm-hmm.
part of the Kwan's associates in the circle of friends.
How many
So
years have you been acting?
um, actually 11, 12.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
literally started, putting my kids. Sekali then I do not know, I termasuk
Oh, I see. You termasuk Hmm. Yo.
Now my kids don't want already, I go on lah.
Yeah.
But
So, well, I mean, this is what we see. You see, sometimes it's the passion, because you do have that passion and you do have that talent. So, two of your roles in Tangling and also in Kings was M, a Tai Tai, right? So
yeah.
now that you are in real life, we definitely want to make sure that you become a Tai Tai. Okay,
Oh, amin.
when you start your crypto trading, and then let's give yourself 2 years down the road, you probably will become a Tai Tai. Because we have seen many people were able to change their lives, but we need patience. This is
Yes.
something that we have to keep on stressing. It doesn't happen overnight. All
Yeah.
right, it doesn't happen like now you trade, next week you become a millionaire or you become a couple of 100,000 richer. No, because it is all depending on the quality of portfolio of coins that you or tokens that you invest, based on the fundamentals that we teach and share and guide. And then secondly is from the quality, then we talk about the quantity, what kind of investment that you put in, from whether it's a USDT $10, $100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000. It does make a difference, in terms of
Mm.
at the point of entry of when you buy, when you purchase the price. And then the next thing is the frequency. It's so excuse me, so important to understand that the frequency of your trade will allow and determine where you will end up. It's very important first and foremost to set a target. What's your target to achieve monthly?
Hmm.
Just plug a figure that you probably say, I need this much because with this amount of money, then I can do this. Anyway, you're not a full-time actor, right? Or are you?
I am.
You are. Okay, so that means you don't have a full-time job.
No.
All right, so being a full-time actor, like a lot of people don't understand in Singapore, is that you are actually a freelance in that sense of earnings. You're
Yes, correct.
full-time actor, but we are always on the go, on the lookout for any job opportunities, right? It
Yes.
is not a fixed thing like, oh, everyone you definitely have something in your bank. No,
No.
right?
Mm.
So what is your target a month?
Okay, in cryptocurrency, my target every month, at least if I can make 3K every month, why not? I
Okay,
think
so
from there.
if that is your target, right, to achieve $3,000 a month. Then you need to work back on the amount of capital that you will need or you will require to be investing into cryptocurrency. Why I say so? For instance, if we have mentioned about the fact of where if you can achieve 5%, let's take 5% for that matter, right? Per trade, right? And then in a month, maybe you're talking about 20%. You know, on an average, let's not be on the higher side. Let's just be on the low side, 20% on an average. So if you invest, say $100, 20% of $100 a month means you'll probably be making $20 a month. Okay.
Mm.
So if you invest $1,000, you probably be making $200.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So just to be clear that people have this understanding. If you invest $10,000, you probably be making $2,000 a month. So then you will know how to gauge, you know, how many times, how many frequency of trades that you need to make in a month or in a week or in a day. Then you push yourself. It is just
Yeah.
like working, you know, like you as an actor, if you want to achieve say $3,000 a month, you probably need to do how many X days of filming for certain dramas or for certain projects, whether it's theater or whether it's for even different TV channels or commercials.
Mm.
Then you go out and hit that, you know, that X amount of because not every time when you go for auditions you will be picked
Selected.
or will be chosen, right? So the
Yes.
more exposure that you get in this field, the higher opportunity that you probably get to be playing a role or a dream role that you want. And also in drama, right, or in acting, right, sometimes we all have our dream role, but most times we never get those dream roles. And then you need to ask, are you willing to take on that role just because you need to feed yourself and your family members, or you are willing to do so that, you know, with the hope of you will probably get on slowly to your dream role. So it is the same thing, the same analogy, the same tactical approach that we also share in terms of cryptocurrency. All right, so we are almost an hour into our sharing. Thank you so much, Jumi Harun, for your time. I wish you all the very best in your journey with us and your journey in cryptocurrency trading. Tomorrow, obviously, please listen up very carefully. If you are not sure, please ask MJ. MJ. Okay, please ask
Majemuk.
MJ. Okay, in
Bukan
class.
majemuk
Siapa yang cakap Mak Jemaah?
Ah, your wife.
Okay, so Astaghfirullahalazim. I need to laugh so that I perspire. You see, now I'm perspiring. Wow, these are cold sweat. So you, anyway, when you are facing COVID, one of the ways to overcome COVID is to sweat it out. I was told, so I am trying to sweat it out as much as I can. All right, again, please don't be shy to ask MJ because she's one of the best that we have right now. Of course, we have many others that's even better than MJ. But then that one is a different level altogether. Um, so
Shy. Shy nak approach yang lain. Very shy. Scared.
inshallah, don't worry, don't worry. That's the whole idea of overcoming your fear. If shy is a fear, right? Overcome that shyness means you overcome that fear. Understood, huh? Okay. All right. Good job, Jumi. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for
Take
having
care.
me.
Yeah, take care, and I hope you had a great time talking to me. And thank you for your honest sharing because I think this is something that a lot of people will then be able to understand that yes, we did mention that trading cryptocurrency is easy, but nothing is easy when you know the teething period, the first starting off period. But the moment you get the hang of it, you can see for yourself. Those people out there is like, hey, which coin? Hey, well, the kind of lingo, the kind of sharing, and then it's like, okay, let's buy. Hey, oh, we make money lah. Hey, even though it's $20, even though it's $50, $100, they are all enjoying themselves. So we are a very close knitted community that encourage one another. Hey, it's okay. It doesn't matter whether you put in 5,000 ke, 10,000 ke, 500 ke, $50 ke. We all treat everybody the same. All right. So
Yes. Okay.
till we see you again. Take care. Please send my regards.
Can I share to the rest of my whoever is watching on my wall, you know, about this cryptocurrency? Do not jangan memandai-mandai cakap this thing is a scam. Sit for the class, understand this crypto digital coin thing better before you start saying that ini semua penipu lah whatever. Please shut your mouth, sit for the class, and you know.
Alhamdulillah. Oh, thanks for doing that work for me. Okay, so tomorrow make sure you sit for the class, and not just sit for the class. I want you to make your first trade tomorrow. All right, like I said, it doesn't matter how much. It can be $10, but make sure you do that tomorrow. All right, and then the next time around, I can happily share your trade history to the people and the community that we have right here at A3Vest, and also on my personal Facebook and fan page as well. All right. So on behalf of Jumi Harun, on behalf of myself and my daughter here who just woke up, and my wife, and of course MJ, AJ, what AJ ke? AJ, Azli lah. Okay, and then we have PJ, yeah, Pearly lah. And then we have so many J there lah, you know, in A3 Vest. Thanking all of you for your time and your presence and your willingness to even listen to us before you make any commitment to join us and join our community, our A3 investors into trading crypto. All right. So thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye. Hey, wait.
Bye.
Wait. Somebody want to say hello. Hello. Say hi.
Hi,
Hi, Auntie Jumi.
Auntie Julie.
Hello, princess.
How are you?
How are you?
She's good. She's recovering excellent.
Great.
All right. Okay. All right, everyone.
Bye. Wish you and G and your princess full recovery soon. See you guys.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. All right. See you when I see you. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Alhamdulillah.
Salam. Bye.
Bye.